Costa Rica's economy is growing at 4.5%, a positive sign as economies thrive above 3%. Costa Rica averages 4.3%. Free trade zone grows at 13%, a success. It's dragging an average practically between 4.2 and 4.3% in the year 2024. Here, it is clearly defined that the free trade zone model, which is growing at a speed of 13%, is a super successful model in Costa Rica. And while the definitive regime, which would be the regime for everything else, outside the free trade zone, it stands at 3.6. That's the free trade zone. Definitely an incredible way to produce and obviously well-being for the whole country. Something also quite important is that these growth rates have been recovering since August. From the year 2024, so it means that there is quite a good path from the perspective of this monthly economic activity indicator. Another important piece of information is that the free trade zones today account for 40% of the contribution to the Costa Rican economy, and the other 60% is precisely what is outside the free trade zone. And when we look at some interesting data on how things are moving, manufacturing grows 6.1%, construction 12.1%, services 5.4%, transport 7.8%, finance 6.7%. Manufacturing is at 6.1%, then construction is above 12.1%. We have professional services at 5.4%, transportation, which is very important, at 7.8%, and the financial and insurance sector is moving at 6.7%. Who are the ones that are struggling to grow? Since we have a very appreciated or very cheap exchange rate, it makes Costa Rica very expensive. So what about agro-exportation or the agricultural sector? And from the perspective of what it is today, hotels and restaurants are very expensive for tourists. And these are precisely the two sectors that are showing negative growth. And, of course, one raises their voice to the central bank so that it can definitely be done. A bit better, but overall, Costa Rica is doing well. And in 2024, with all these numbers we've just mentioned, they provide good momentum to start 2025 in a very positive way.